by vicious human beings. I mean, that
I think this
distressing.
This week has been, I don't know the word, unexciting in my own case. I wasn't so bothered by the news like that. I think for the first time in a long time, I was able to detach my inner feelings from the news, and
that's a huge success. So
yes, I hope that it keeps
phenomenal,
going.
phenomenal
I'm able
success.
to talk about it, but it doesn't weigh me down in the usual ways that it does.
How did you do that?
I know, please share with us, because some people may want those tips.
There are disadvantages to these things, because usually my day is all about news. I finish from work, I go home, there's light, I'm always watching the news. You will always find me watching. This week it was mostly the 10 p.m. news that I would do at the end of the day. So I wasn't really coming face to face with all that bombardment, and it was easier to just not
cool off.
Yeah, it was easier to not focus on all that, because I wasn't having it thrown at me every hour, every 5 minutes, so I guess that's the big thing.
That means what you actually did was escape from it.
Absolutely.
Well.
And I think it's necessary sometimes, even though, this is what we do. So it feels like, yes, the thin line between, this is what I do, so I'm doing it for work, and it's just sipping into our personal lives. You have to be mindful and find a way to really escape from it once in a while.
Isn't that what you hunt for every time you pick up your phone? Or you pick up your laptop?
What's going on? What's happening?
You hunt for what's happening.
When you go on Twitter, when I go on Twitter now, these days, I'm sure they know.
No, everybody goes to Twitter. Don't.
It's still okay. Yes. What's going on? To get different perspectives of it, not just to go and leisurely tweet or anything, but to get different perspective. This is happening. That is happening. So even on social media, where it's supposed to be like a happy place, it's okay. What is this newspaper saying? Also, absolutely. So,
and then there was last week Saturday, of course, when the network provider decided that we didn't have to.
It was one or two network providers, not all. I didn't experience it.
I think it was the major one.
It was just the everywhere you go thing.
Yeah. You are not on the everywhere you go.
I'm not on everywhere you go thing. So
all right, okay.
I knew how a lot of my friends were frustrated about it. So you need an alternative. Find an alternative.
Yes. So that's the lesson from that.
Absolutely, because yes. All right. So welcome back, everyone, and I'm sure those tips is something that you all will find very helpful as well. Sometimes Facebook. You just need to escape. Yes, we are live on Facebook, so please go and watch on facebook.com/Splash FM 105.5, facebook.com/Splash FM 105.5. Now, today we're going to be looking back at the week and some of the trending stories. Now, there were quite a number of news stories about the budget. And of course, a lot of people had reactions to the budget this week, which was odd because I think it was presented on the 7th. So this week I saw quite a number of different angles with regards the budget. There was a story with regards this a few days ago where it says that the House of Representatives on Wednesday began the second reading of the 2022 appropriation bill. No, this is not the one. Okay. It is the one I'm looking for. During which members debated the general principles of the national budget. The lawmakers took turns to criticize the internal and external borrowings by the federal government, the huge budget deficit and failure by the ministries, department and agencies to generate adequate revenue to finance the budget. The budget is titled A Bill for an Act to authorize the issue for the Consolidated Revenue Fund. And, it goes on and on. But I think the biggest criticism that I found with the budget is the borrowing. Which some people will say, there's nothing wrong with. And on the other hand, we have the argument but obviously the president is saying, feels like he's been optimistic, and he says that we haven't sort of gone too far. But people are saying we already have gone too far with this. Here, Chairman of the House Committee on Judiciary, in his contribution, stated that his first concern was a sum of 3.9 trillion naira proposed for debt servicing, which he said represents almost 25% of the whole budget.
Right, so let's even talk about borrowing a little bit. I've got some stats here that I've been looking at for some time. In our 9 years of borrowing, will be what I'll look at from 2013 to 2021. So from 2013, 7.93 trillion was our borrowing. 2014, 10.43 trillion. 2015, 12.12 trillion. Now you see how it's growing. In 2016, we got to 16.30 trillion. 2017, we moved to 19.64 trillion. 2018, 22. and 2019, 25, and 2020, 31, and 2021, 35.47 trillion. So that's how we've been growing. We're growing from, in 9 years, we've grown from 7 to 35. So let nobody look at Buhari and point finger at Buhari alone.
Right.
He's not the only one who's been borrowing. Okay. All successive governments have been borrowing, but maybe you can talk about in terms of its volume. And in terms of for economists, they will talk about the debt to GDP ratio. They talk about debt to revenue ratio. So there are two different things. Debt to revenue ratio is what people criticize a lot. How much are we making? How much are we borrowing? So when you use over 25% of your earning or 50% of your earning to service debt, and then it means that you are not making money and that you are not growing. Nigeria has revenue challenge. That's what we should face and not keep borrowing or going on a borrowing binge, like they will say. That's my own thinking. And this document says, in 9 years, with a total of public debt of 35.47 trillion naira, Nigeria's debt has grown by 347% in 9 years.
It's crazy.
Crazy. I mean, it's not just the borrowing. It's the same thing with our national budget. This progressive increment, as you've seen over the years, it's been the same thing from times when we used to have 3 trillion naira to 6 trillion naira to 7. Now our budget is like 16, trillion. And if I'm being honest, I really didn't follow the whole budget thing because it was mostly the usual. And at the end of the day, the way I like to break down these things is this whole money that's being called out, how does it trickle down to the life of the ordinary person? They will tell us that there are infrastructural developments across the country, that this government is spending money in social investment programs and are giving monies to the lowly, people who cannot afford it. But really, how many of these people around me have benefited from this thing? So I do not see the relevance of the figures. It just doesn't strike me because I feel like they are doing what they want there. That may be incorrect, but that is the perspective that I have, and I just feel, like...
And I think that the average person will have that too. I mean, we don't want to... I mean, the average person is thinking about how to eat, not, financial jargon. But there are people who are now assigned to make sure that they care about these things. The National Assembly, for example, should criticize, should look at it, and it shouldn't just be, President said this is how much we're going to borrow, this is how much we're going to spend, and it's a yes. But do we have that trust in this National Assembly to actually do that? I think the problem. So it's not a problem that most people feel like, all of these figures, how do I care? How does this affect me? But then there are people who we have elected into office to ensure that they sort of play the part of representing us in a way that somebody is not just borrowing and borrowing our future away. So do we trust them that they will actually do
National
that?
Assembly being described as rubber stamp, even though they say that that's not the situation. So that really tells you or gives an answer to that question, whether the National Assembly is actually towing the line of its people, the constituents.
Well, but we don't know.
We don't know. When they're generally referred to as the rubber stamp National Assembly, it means whatever it is the president wants is what he gets. I think for the first time ever, last week I read a headline about Ahmed Lawan, the Senate president, cautioning the president about borrowing for the first time. And even that was kind of, it was more like causery. It wasn't really like a direct statement. It was like something you say and you're not sure whether you're saying it, but it was good to see that. However, I think we need to go beyond that.
Now, you see, my basic thought about this issue is, how will government make money? Not just about funding our budget, but how will this government improve tremendously on its revenue side? If you look at that budget, the total budget is 16.39 trillion naira, and then the deficit in this budget, financing item, particularly when it comes to deficit, imagine debt financing is 15.01 trillion naira. Asset sale privatization 90 billion, multilateral. So all of these, the total of debt financing is 6.26 trillion naira. Now, if you have a budget of 16 point whatever trillion naira, and you are going to pay debt of about 6 trillion from it. How much is left for capital? How much is left for revenue, recurrent expenditure?
It's interesting that you would even say that the government should think of ways of making money, because it does seem like the government is not aware that it needs to be cutting down. We still are running things as normal. We're not acting as a people who know that there is a cash crunch. You still see political leaders, elected leaders, governors, the president, everybody still living within a lavish kind of lifestyle. That means there's a detachment from the reality and what they choose to do, because you cannot say that I as a person cannot say that my money is not enough and then I am buying luxurious stuff, cars and clothes and shoes and living a very lavish lifestyle when my financing and my revenue cannot support that. We're not able, I think our government is not able to think of the country, run the country as if they're running a successful business.
An enterprise.
Okay. Yes, no, there's that thinking isn't there.
All right, we shall move on. But I think the bottom line for me is, I mean, it's not enough to just say, oh, this National Assembly, this is what they've always done. Let's hold people accountable. Even if all we do is continue, we continue to speak up. We continue to speak up. That's all you have.
What this National Assembly is interested in, one,
you continue to speak up.
This National Assembly is happy that we have January to December budget cycle.
They are drunk. For them.
They are drunk.
But Ronnie, did you follow the Constitution Amendment process?
Yes.
Did you see how that went? Yeah. So when you see continue to speak up,
yes. So what do you? So you're going to just? So what are we doing here?
I'm saying
what are we doing here?
We're doing our jobs.
I think I'm withdrawing that. We'll continue to speak up. Even if you're not listening,
you can't say, oh, they're rubber stamp, and so we're just we can't say that.
I'm not saying we should stop speaking.
Exactly.
I'm saying even if you are speaking, really don't expect anything to change.
Absolutely. I don't wear my hat on my sleeves with regards to Nigeria. Yes, you have to continue to speak up. Why do you think that Twitter was banned in the first place? Because people, I mean, they knew that there was a community of people that will always speak up and you can't hold them account. You must continue to speak up. And so
now we have to hide to use the Twitter.
Well, at least people are still using it. All right, let's move on because, of course, we know that I think next week that we have the anniversary of the NSAS. And so I think we
should talk about it.
Pardon?
I think we should talk about the NSAS anniversary.
So that's going to happen next week. Of course, a lot of activists have already said they were going to protest, and police have said that obviously there should be no protest. Activists fault police threat, insist protests will hold in Lagos. Activists under the aegis of Take It Back movement in Lagos State have faulted the Lagos State Commissioner of Police for directing that no protest should hold in the state in commemoration of the 1-year anniversary of NSAS. In a statement titled NSAS Anniversary, Lagos CP Statement, an invitation to anarchy, the activists insisted that they would go on with their protests. In the statement signed by the activist legal advisor Festus Ogun, they claimed protest is a constitutional right. The statement read, statement credited to the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Hakeem Odumosu, warning citizens not to exercise their fundamental rights to protest during the commemoration of the NSAS massacre anniversary is unconscionable, draconian, and a reckless invitation to anarchy. Concerned Nigerians have taken his words like those of stand-up comedians. What do you think? Because I don't know, why are we so afraid of protests here in this part of the country? Why are we so afraid of people speaking up?
I think he wants to go for break, but
you want to take a
Can we do the break and then we'll come back to it?
All right, so let's hold the thoughts. We'd like you to also send text messages if there's anything, especially with the budget, as you can see. Let us know what your thoughts are. And on this story, we'll come back. And then, of course, we'll take details from everybody. So send a text message to us, 0809-155-1055. If you're watching on Facebook, leave a comment under the video. We'll be right back.
My guy, see, I heard there's this gay app that does everything for you.
Yeah, Sonny, you've come again,
Oh, guy, this one na confirm gist. Look, I had to download this app to see for myself. I was able to chat with my friends, make video calls.
Other apps are doing it now.
See, you can even get latest songs, games.
Really?
See, I can go on.
Sonny, what's the name of this app, Seth?
Ayoba. Download Ayoba, your all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, share, play, and listen to music. Enjoy free 700 megabyte data weekly on MTN. Sponsored by Ayoba. Download the Ayoba app today. Ayoba app is available on iOS and Google Play Store.
Oh, what's going on with you?
I've tried so hard, so many times, but it seems I can never catch a break. I can never find the perfect match, and it's so frustrating.
Babe, I can totally relate. Ugh, I feel the same way right now. We can only hope to find the right one. I wish I could help. Sorry, babes.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what?
I've been talking about foundation and powder now.
Wait, we were talking about makeup the whole time. You should have told me now. I have met my macho. A colleague of mine introduced me to the House of Tara's Dual Powder and Flawless Finish Foundation, and I love it. I love it because their product does not only give you a flawless finish, it protects you from sun damage. It also contains aloe vera and vitamin E. And the best part is they have over 30 options to choose from, so you will definitely find your match.
For more information, call 0909 990 7559 or visit our store at Grandex Mall, 43 MKO Abiola Way and Fanny Road, Ibadan.
For those wondering why Schweppes now comes in a new ginger flavor, experience tells us. The boldest flavors have the most character. Introducing new Schweppes Ginger. New flavor made with over 200 years.
The big leagues are back, and DSTV is the only place you can watch it all. Enjoy live matches weekly from the best leagues in the world. We're talking the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, the Champions League, not to mention the return of the Europa League. That's Salah, Kane, Haaland, Bruno, Lukaku, Suarez, Messi, and CR7.
Oh my goodness!
All week, every week.
You're just lost for words!
Nothing beats the unbeatable football on DSTV.
Rántí orúkọ ọ̀run yóò. Arenax Plus. Tí bàbá fi gbé e ṣọlẹ̀, àbí tó ti gbé e ṣọlẹ̀. Arenax Plus. Rántí orúkọ ọ̀run yóò. Arenax Plus. Tí ara rẹ̀ bá ń lọ tìkọ̀tìkọ̀, tí ara rẹ̀ ò fẹ́ lé kókó Arenax Plus.
Arenax Plus ní orúkọ tó yẹ kó o rántí ní ìgbàkúùgbà tí ó bá fẹ́ rẹ ara rẹ tí o sì nílò láti lo oògùn ibà lọ́nà tó rọrùn. Arenax Plus ní oògùn ibà tá a ṣe pẹ̀lú èròjà artemether àti lumefantrine tí yóò lé àìsàn ibà dànù kúrò láàgọ́ ara rẹ ní kíákíá láìsí ìnira kankan. Ó dára fún ọmọdé àti àgbàlagbà. Ìdí èyí ní ìgbàkúùgbà tí o bá fẹ́ ṣàfẹ́ẹ̀rí àìsàn ibà láàgọ́ ara rẹ rántí orúkọ yẹn o. Arenax Plus ṣá àìsàn ibà balẹ̀ kó wómúwómú.
Tí kò bá sí àyípadà lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta, kàn sí dókítà rẹ.
Arenax Plus ó wà káàkiri àwọn ilé ìtajà oògùn tó súnmọ́ yín. Oògùn ibà gidi tó yàtọ̀ láti ilé iṣẹ́ Swiffer.
Milo! Yes!
Tell me first, why do I give you Milo every morning?
Because every day I play like a baller, I run like a sprinter, I learn like a scholar, so I need all the energy I can get. You see?
I see very well.
Give your kids winning energy. Milo Active Go, with the goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa, helps them make the most of every day. Milo, the energy to go further.
lẹ́nìkan bá ń bi mí ohun tí mo máa ṣe tí bá jowó tó tówó gidi mo ronú mílíọ̀nù kan náírà àbí ìyẹn ò tó nǹkan kan rárá bóyá pẹ̀lú bíi 5 tàbí 10 mo lè.
mú àlárere rẹ ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ìpolongo Airtel Recharge and Blow níbi tí gbogbo èèyàn ti jẹ́ olúborí ra owó ìpè dójú àmì lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ kó o sì gbádùn ẹ̀bùn owó tó tó 100 mílíọ̀nù náírà. Ìpolongo yìí ń wá sópin ní oṣù December ọdún 2021 fún àlàyé síwájú sí testa 444*4#.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
This is what happens when you open up a bottle of Fanta. It's bubbly excitement waiting to break free. It's living in the moment. It's not caring who's watching. It's putting your enjoyment first. It's adding color to the gray and making time to play. It's not taking life too seriously and adding a touch of crazy. Fanta is flavor. Fanta is laughter. Fanta is color. How are you going to color your day? Fanta. Color every moment.
Someone gave me this script to read, but I'm Jejo Kocha. I don't know how many words I must read in a minute. I play football, not Mr. Actor. I don't read scripts. I'm at my best when I feel this. That feeling, that's Becky. Join us at betking.com.
Wow, detergent can come again. Wow. You dey wash plenty and you dey say you fit to win the millions as you dey wash with. Wow, jump 50K every day. Wow. If you not time to take calculate. Wow. Million naira full ground. If you want know how, just check the pack. Wow. Get your own card though when you wash with Wow detergent. You dey wash show million naira bracket. Wow detergent promo.
This promo go end for the 25th of October 2021.
Every careless 5K, where is supposed go? Echo Bank straight. Every urgent 5K in call. Echo Bank straight.
E get why. Season 12 Echo Bank Super Rewards don't land as it land before. Put 5,000 naira for your Echo Bank account. Make it rest here for 30 days. Or open new Echo Bank account with 5K pere. 50 people go win 25,000 naira every week for the next 4 months. The grand prize now 1 million naira for 4 people.
Enter with your 5K, oh. Echo Bank straight.
Echo Bank Super Rewards campaign. Now from October to January 2022. Ask your brother, sister, friend, neighbor to join and you go get something. Echo Bank, the Pan-African Bank.
This promotion has been approved by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission.
Gbogbo ènìyàn ẹ kí kábíyèsí tó wọlé dé. Kábíyèsí o. Ó dé, ó ta gbogbo wọn yọ, ó rọ wọn tòkè tilẹ̀, ó balẹ̀ bí ọ̀wàrà òjò. Àmbà! Ohun mímu afúnilágbára tí ń jẹ́ kára ẹni ó jí pépé tó bá dàbí ẹni pàgbára ń lọlẹ̀ tí ò fẹ́ ságbára mọ́. Gbàgòlò àmbà kan kó o gbẹlura. Àmbà energy drink la fi èso guarana pèlò. Ó sì kún fún oríṣiríṣi èròjà aṣaralóore àti fítámì. Tọkùnrin tóbìnrin ló lè mú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò lọ́tí nínú rárá. Ó wà káàkiri ilé ìtajà tó súnmọ́. Béèrè fún kan tiẹ̀ lónìí. Kò jẹ gbádùn tó ṣàrà ọ̀tọ̀. Amber Drink Limited tó wà ní ọgbà Coco Industries 1 Coco Road off Akilo Road ọgbà Ìkẹjà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ló ń pin tó ń tà. Ìwọ náà lè bá wọn dòwò pọ̀ lónìí láti jẹ́ alágbàtà tàbí aláràtúntà. Nọ́mbà yìí ni kó o pè sí 070-2606-4458. Amber Energy Drinks ṣàfikún agbára inú rẹ.
Anytime you feel cold and cut out, take Procold. Procold now better melody. Take Procold for effective relief from cold and cut out. Everywhere you go, take Procold.
Make no waka miss road o. Procold get paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh within 20 minutes. Now, Orange Drugs Limited distributor. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Procold na better medicine.
Procold, take Procold, take Procold, oh. Procold, oh. Take Procold.
Splash FM 105.5.
Welcome back. It is still your favorite breakfast show on Radio Splash 105.5 FM. It's the Integrity Station. I hope you're doing great this Friday. Well, it's still the Breakfast Gang here with you, looking at some of the stories this week that trended this week, made headlines this week. And of course, we know you'd like to react and comment. Before we went on that break, we're actually talking about the NSAS anniversary, which is approaching. Do you think it's it doesn't make sense for protesters to come out at this time? To be fair, we know what happened during the NSAS protest last year. Of course, people are saying, it's not the protesters that were involved in the carnage that happened after. But the point is that quite a number of people lost their businesses. Lagos is still trying to recover from all that happened. Is it too soon? In your opinion, is it too soon? Should they just allow the matter rest? Or, I mean, this is something that we really should commemorate.
Okay, a few things. First for me is that should we stop protests in a democracy? Absolutely no. It's an ingrained right of people within the present of democracy to protest, to show their desires or their minds on different issues. So that's one fact that I want us to understand, and whose duty it is to protect those who are protesting. It's the security agencies that we have within the present of a democracy. So the police have the responsibility to protect those who are protesting now. But when the protests gets to a point where the police become the target for violence, who will guarantee that those who are protesting will be protected? And who will guarantee that people's businesses will be protected? True. Who will guarantee that lives will be protected from this kind of turn? We all saw how the last one turned out. So the point here is this: we need to find a balance. The government cannot clamp down on people and say, do not protest. If we are within the military regime, that will be acceptable for me or for many of us. But we are in democracy. We cannot totally shut down people from protesting. What that will mean is stopping people from voicing, their will and their mind, and that opportunity to express yourself, that right to express yourself, is enshrined in our constitution. So you can express, and then you can follow through peacefully. But can we guarantee that this anniversary will be peaceful? We kept the argument that those who are the NSAS protesters were not the one who went to violence. Even if we are going to agree to that argument, so who will ensure that those miscreants who did it the first time will not do it again?
The police.
Absolutely. So if the police became the target and they are being burnt and barbecued, what do you think will happen?
And I don't think the police
in this Ibadan city, police were burnt and people were eating their flesh. And so who will secure the police?
And I think that they should have thought about this. I think that coming out to say, don't protest, was a wrong move. That knee-jerk reaction, I don't know why we always have to do that. But coming out to say, okay, how can we make it work? This whole, you can't do it, and treating citizens like kids is never worked, and I don't know why they keep doing that. So they could have come and have this roundtable where, okay, how can we do this in a way that we can support you? It can be peaceful. We don't have, any fallout from anything that happens on the day.
What it is government, our government in this part at least, doesn't see itself as needing to appease the people. There's this notion that government is higher than you, or a government institution is bigger than you, so you just do what the government tells you to do. Because oftentimes when people debate this issue of the police ordering people against going on to protest, they cite one case. Interestingly, at the center of that court case is the current president himself, a case that was won by his former party, the ANPP, when they, I think during one of his presidential aspirations in the past, where they were stopped from protesting, and they took the case up to the Supreme Court. And that court guaranteed that the police has no right to, the court judgment rather stated clearly that the police has no right to stop any Nigerian citizen from protesting as long as it is peaceful. I mean, so that is just the basis for it. Whether the police do not know about that court judgment or whether they choose to just intentionally disregard it, I can't speak to that. But instead, as Ronnie said, of forcing it and saying, you cannot, we will crush you, I think it's more about imploring to the people. You know how this thing turned out the last time. Do you want people to suffer the way that they did? It is sensible for us to avoid this, as against telling them, you do not, you cannot, we will, that people don't like that attitude.
Right.
And that's what spurs civil society organizations to continue to dare them and say, you cannot stop us, we have the right, it's guaranteed in the Constitution, and we will do what we need to do.
Right, and even as much as some people are in denial that they say that nobody died, there are people who are convinced that people died, and so because of those people, they should not just go
people
by.
Died. That's a fact.
So I mean, they should not go for the.
You will have to prove people died. People are saying that.
It's been proven that
it has
died, not in the numbers that were claimed.
Okay, so
people died.
So the word massacre probably didn't work.
No, it wouldn't.
Okay.
But certainly people
now,
died.
there's this other issue of police permit. It's enshrined in the law. There was a judgment. There is this judgment of Nigerian People's Party versus Inspector General of Police 2006, where a judge of the Federal High Court, Anwuri Chikere, declared that police permit as a precondition for holding rallies in Nigeria was illegal and unconstitutional. In fact, even when the police appealed against it in December 2007, the appeal was dismissed because you cannot ask people to ask you for permission to exercise their right given to them by Section 38 and Section 40 of the Constitution.
So the question then is, if these things exist, why does the police pay no attention to it or just disregard it?
The point the police is also making, I've asked you earlier, is when police become the target of attack, of violence, who protects the police? Who protects the business of people who in turn bears the brunt of the violent turn of this peaceful protest, quote unquote.
So how do we solve that?
And I can imagine the police would be apprehensive because look at the tag in itself. SARS is a member of
it's NSAS. It's still NSAS. So it's still, even though SARS supposedly has ended,
no longer exists.
It doesn't exist, but we're still saying anniversary of NSAS.
There's a comment here, Ige Omotayo Adio on Facebook says the freedom of association, airing our views non-violently, and provision of adequate protection are entrenched in our constitution. Unfortunately, a government led by serial protesters has suddenly become intolerant and ruthless. Another comment here from Ulubukola Olafare says, good morning, my people. The two houses are where what's coming to their individual pockets. That's why they always approve what the federal government approach them for approval. What's happening to all funds recovered both externally and internally? Borrowing to do infrastructure. It's a shame. We're expecting FDI. No foreigner will ever come to another nation. I'll come to another nation to establish an industry. Rather, they will manufacture and send to us as imports. No long-term planning. Year in, year out. Students are graduating in all higher institutions. We're in big problem. God has done what he needed to do. It's left in our hands. Eze Odene says they are more concerned about power than the best of their subjects, so they view protests as a threat to topple their government. And Omobashan Rabiola says, good morning to everyone in the studio. Well-reasoning Nigerians will never be against borrowing, but we're saying it does not make sense for government to use 90 to 100% of our revenue to service the debt. All right, thank you for all of your comments on Facebook. Thank you for contributions. Wow, am I hearing that our time is up? Wow, interesting.
We're gonna take calls.
Whew. Okay, unfortunately, we're hearing that our time
Are
is
we coming
up.
back?
No.
Okay, we'll take a break.
Oh, really? It's a break. Oh,
Yes.
fantastic. So we'll take a short break then. Hopefully a short break. We'll be right back to focus on your telephone calls.
Every careless 5K, where is supposed go? Echo Bank straight. Every urgent 5K nko. Echo Bank straight.
E get why. Season 12 Echo Bank Super Rewards don't land as it land before. Put 5,000 naira for your Echo Bank account. Make it rest here for 30 days. Or open new Echo Bank account with 5K pere. 50 people go win 25,000 naira every week for the next 4 months. The grand prize now 1 million naira for 4 people.
Enter with your 5K oh. Echo Bank straight.
Echo Bank Super Rewards campaign. Now from October to January 2022. Ask your brother, sister, friend, neighbor to join and you go get something. Echo Bank, the Pan-African Bank.
This promotion has been approved by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission.
BetWinner presents. The athletes are taking their positions now. Who wins this crucial race? On your marks, get set. Expecting a blast, aren't you? Well, I've got one for you.
BetWinner.
BetWinner brand is the blast. And with great and explosive odds for the thrilling betting experience you dream of. BetWinner is designed precisely for you. And with BetWinner, you can place live sportsbook offers, virtual sports bets, casino, and other rewarding categories. BetWinner is a reliable bookmaker, and the payouts happen in minutes. And you have thousands of market options to choose from. BetWinner is the golden fleece you seek, the Nigerian magical betting option. You too can be a winner. It all begins with a BetWinner. For more information, log on to www.betwinner.ng.
Today is a good day. A good day to take a walk. A good day to reach for your goals. A good day to finish reading that book. A good day to connect with your friends while doing the things you love. A good day to shoot your shot. A good day to enjoy life to the fullest with Malta Guinness.
Malta Guinness. Enjoy a world of good. The jungle has called. And the contestants have answered. The age of craftsmanship is upon us. Who will unearth the treasure and take home the prize this brand new Ultimate Search season? Get ready for an exciting adventure on Ultimate Search, showing on Africa Magic Showcase, Urban and Family, Saturdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. on DSTV from the 16th of October. This show is rated 18. DSTV. It's your moment.
Calling on all streamers, gamers, and heavy data-based business machines. Glow is giving you a mega data plan that's truly out of this world. For 100,000 Naira, you get a whopping 1 terabyte of data that carries you for a whole year. Wow, I love it. Yes, you heard right. 1 terabyte for 100,000 Naira. So go ahead, chat, stream HD videos, post, upload, download, and enjoy mega data as much as you want. 247 365. Dial star 777 hash to subscribe today.
Glow Unlimited.
Capsule, my people, people capsule, not a pity pain. Whether na fever or body pain, malaria symptom or general pain. People cap go hammer and one time.
People capsule get the battery in 1 power to boost scatter body pain and fever with ogbonge alacrity. People get paracetamol, caffeine plus ibuprofen. People with power of 3 in 1 is strong past pain.
People capsule. People capsule.
After 3 days, if your body no better, make you see your doctor. Now Shalina Healthcare Limited, the market arm.
Sense of fresh. I feel the freshness. I got the confidence. With the liquid fuel chewing gum, not scent of fresh. I'm feeling good. I feel so yes, I feel so fresh. I feel so fresh. I got confidence. Scent of fresh. The correct chewing gum, not scent of fresh. No darling with scent of fresh.
Scent of fresh chewing gum. Trust the freshness.
Wow, detergent can come again. Wow. You dey wash plenty and you dey say wow. You fit to win the millions as you dey wash with, wow. Jump 50K every day. Wow. If you not time to take calculate, wow. Million naira full ground. If you want know how, just check the pack. Wow. Get your own car though when you wash with wow. Detergent, you dey wash show. Million naira bracket. So wow, detergent promo.
This promo will end for the 25th of October 2021.
Remember the name of Arenas Plus. When malaria strikes, you know Arenas Plus. Remember the name of Arenas Plus. When you feeling down, Arenas Plus.
I say remember the Arenas Plus.
When you feeling down, Arenas Plus.
Arenas Plus is a name to remember when you need to beat malaria with ease. Arenas Plus is a combination of artemether and lumefantrine and is effective in the treatment of malaria in adults and children. So the next time malaria strikes, remember the name. Arenas Plus. Arenas Plus beats malaria with ease. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see a doctor. Available in pharmacies near you. Aronax Plus is a quality product from Swiffer.
Every careless 5K, where is supposed go?
EcoBank straight.
Every urgent 5K encore.
EcoBank straight.
E get why. Season 12 EcoBank Super Rewards don't land as it land before. Put 5,000 naira for your EcoBank account. Make it rest here for 30 days. Or open new EcoBank account with 5K. 50 people go win 25,000 naira every week for the next 4 months. The grand prize now 1 million naira for 4 people.
Enter with your 5K. EcoBank straight.
EcoBank Super Rewards campaign. Now from October to January 2022. Ask your brother, sister, friend, neighbor to join and you go get something. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
This promotion has been approved by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission.
Splash FM 105.5.
All right, thank you so much for being with us, staying with us on the program today. We hope you had a great time, and that, and well, of course, a big thank you to our Facebook family as well. Thank you for your comments and contributions. I mean, for a great show like this, there will never be enough time. Great shows often have, you know, kind of problems.
This don't look like you have to say your last prayer.
Yes. So say your last prayer.
Have a wonderful weekend. I'm Oluwaseun Omakiola.
Thank you for always joining us. We appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend. Catch you on Monday.